Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic seer and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this mid-month psychic tarot update for May of 2022. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in this mid-month of May and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So you might want to check that out. So I also want to wish the Tauruses happy birthday, a very happy solar return, and also to you Geminis that are born in May, happy birthday and a happy solar return to you as well. So all that being said, now on to your mid-month psychic tarot reading, and I'm starting with the sign of Aries. So the first card you have, Aries, is the Nine of Rods. And the Nine of Rods is being prepared and ready for battle. It could be getting organized, getting your ducks in a row. You could also be suspicious of someone or something. Sometimes this card can mean that, like I said, like you're prepared for battle. You see something coming. It comes up here for Aries that you're going to have to muster the courage to say something that is going to take strength. And it may be strong words, what you're saying, because the words strength and strong come up here to me. And you're going to have to do the right thing by people that are depending on you. So you could find yourself in some kind of circumstance or situation where you're like, people are expecting you to make some move or to do something, take some kind of action or make some kind of decision. And in this case, Aries, it may not be that you can do that just based on what you want or what's best for you. You may have to think about and consider what's best for those people that are around you and that may be looking up to you or depending on you. You may also be witnessing somebody that is doing something that you're seeing as malicious or that they have some ill intentions, and that may be who you have to step up to and have strength and courage, and you may have to say, hey, you better stop doing that, or I'm on to you of what you're doing. Now, this could happen at work, could be a coworker. It could be a love partner. It could be one of your kids. I mean, really, it's going to be different for all of you. So some of you Aries are going to go, oh yeah, I know who that is and I know what they're doing. And I am going to have to, like maybe you've been on the fence about whether you were going to say something or not. I feel this is indicating that's what you need to do or that's what you're going to do. And for some of you, you may see something, a relationship crumbling and falling apart. And you may actually want to step in and save it or try to help save it. It could be your own relationship, but it could also be somebody you're connected to. And when I say step in and save it, this could be where you have to step up, have courage, and speak your mind and say something and put a stop to something. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's just a love relationship. This could be a relationship between you and your children, a work relationship. This could be two other people's relationships that you're like, there's something that could be saved here. I'm going to step in and say something to one of them to try to help solve it. It could be one of your relationships. Now, the card you have with it is the Seven of Cups, which is choose wisely from the illusions around you. It can also mean scattered energy, scattered emotions, scattered thinking. This can also be that you're having difficulty in making some kind of decision or choice that you have to make. There could be some kind of confusion here. You may feel like it can also be a dream come true, or having a lot on your plate. What I'm hearing is my guides are saying you're watching something that's a house of cards that's ready to fall apart. This could be due to the eclipse and, the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio happening May 15th or 16th, depending on where you live in the world. It could be because of Mercury in retrograde that we're in right now. I don't know why. It'll be different for all of you, but I see a house of cards or a situation that's ready to fall. It could be for some of you, it could be a business. You could be working at a company, or it could be some kind of industry, or it could be something in the government, or it could be something in some kind of hierarchy system in a school, in your school systems, or it could be in a private relationship, personal relationship, but something that's like a house of cards that it's going to topple. Again, I get this is where you have to use like your smarts, your ingenuity, your boldness, your courage to save it. I feel like for some of you, maybe you can't save it. If it's a business going down the drain, you're watching, it's a big company or big corporation or some business or something like that. Or like I said, the government or something happening in a larger scale, you may not be able to stop it. But if it's something more personal to you, you may be able to put a stop to it. And you've got to, my guides are saying, Aries, stop wasting your time and energy on people that don't deserve it. So think about where you're doing that. Where are you wasting your time and energy where people don't deserve it? So I hope these messages were of help to you. I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Taurus. And the first card you have, Taurus, is the High Priestess. And this could be you. This could be showing your psychic ability and your intuition, that you're a psychic and intuitive yourself. This could also be showing you that something is being kept hidden from you, keeping something secret or hidden. Somebody could be keeping it from you, or you could be keeping something secret or hidden. It could also be a high spirit guide showing up here today in your reading. I feel like you're calculating everything that you need to do, and I do feel that some of you Tauruses really do have a lot on your plate, or you've got a lot of things you need to map out, schedule, plan. I feel that this is where some of you Tauruses are going to really take into account things that are broken, that need repair or need upgrading or fixing. And so you could be like going around your house like doorknobs need to be replaced, roof needs patching and repair, car needs a tune-up, tires on the car need new tires and tire rotation needed. Something's not working right with the dishwasher. I either got to get rid of it or hire a repair guy to fix it. Like those kind of things. Like I see you taking a list. And it could even be in relationships. Like you could be saying what needs to be fixed or repaired in some relationship issues you're dealing with. And I see this list that you're making. If you're not making those kind of lists, I see you calculating expenses. It could be to do with the list I'm talking about, like things that need to be replaced, repaired, replaced or repaired. You could be calculating a list of, okay, how much is all this going to cost me? Or if you're trying to buy a new home, and how much do you need to put on a down payment? Those kind of things. Or for a car, buying a new car, or buying something else, like calculating your expenses. Or maybe you're going to take a trip. And this is where some Tauruses are going to put their foot down about some kind and get some kind of a grip or control on unnecessary spending. Now, it could be your own unnecessary spending. But it could be if you're in a relationship, you may need to have a conversation with your significant other and saying, look, we have all these things to fix and repair around here. We have to cut out unnecessary spending. Or you could be saying that to your kids if if they still live at home. Now, the card you have with it is the Hermit. So you got two like kind of spiritual cards here together. Interesting. The Hermit is spiritual guidance, your spirit guides lighting the way, showing you the path to go, watching you, guiding you, protecting you. You could be the Hermit where you're taking a step back and getting a lay of the land before you proceed forward, but you are still going to be guided by your spirit guides. This is where a month where you really need to be gentle with yourself. In recent times, in recent months, you may have been too hard on yourself. You may have been too critical. Maybe you feel like, you need to lose weight, or you feel like I don't know, something about yourself. Like maybe you don't think you're working enough, or I don't know the reasons, but being too hard on yourself. Maybe in relationships, you don't think you did the best job at handling relationship issues. I feel like there's a real coming together here of patching things up. And it could be patching things up with other people, but I feel like for many of you, it's like kind of like patching things up in yourself, patching things up in your own psyche, your own self. Could be physically, if you have any kind of need surgery or have any kind of medical conditions, you could be patching yourself up through physically because of physical reasons. I feel like Tauruses are going through this big healing process of healing from some very old wounds that could have gone on for a very long time. And some of these wounds can go back as far as your childhood. It may not be just, past 5-10 years. It could go way, way back. And I feel that Tauruses are going to go through this process where you're going to learn how to control certain aspects of yourself. Control your temper, control your emotions, which I kind of find funny to hear my guides say that, because my mother, she died quite a number of years ago, but she was a Taurus, and my mother was always very in control of her emotions and her temper and all that. She wasn't like fly off the handle. So I'm a little surprised my guides are saying that about Taurus, but that's what's coming up here. So you may be learning how to control other things. It could be like controlling yourself if you tend to emotionally eat, or control if you tend to do retail therapy, emotional eating, retail therapy. But it comes up about controlling your emotions or your temper. Also comes up here. So these are some things so it's like a big healing process here for Taurus, it seems like, from the messages that came up here. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the sign of Gemini. And the first card you have, Gemini, is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is feeling trapped in an emotional prison. Or you could feel trapped in a situation that you're unsure how to get out of. You may be able to get out of this quite easily, but you can't see that clearly. The other sign that got this card is Leo. So Geminis and Leos got Eight of Swords. I feel that you're kind of like a prisoner in your own mind. I feel that Geminis are feeling a little uncertain about something they want to do. You may want to, you may be at a turning point. There could be a precipice here, or a turning point, or a pinnacle where you're like, okay, I have to make some big decisions. Do I want to stay at this job or in this career, or do I want to leave? Do I want to stay in this house or this neighborhood or this city, state, town, province, or do I want to leave? It feels to me like you want something to change, you want something better, you want something different, but you're kind of like trapped in your own mind about it. And I feel that you may feel stuck, that you're afraid that if you make some change or some decision, that things will then erupt or fall apart. And I feel that some of you, it's what you're worried about your financial situation for some of you. I feel that you're having trouble looking ahead to the future and either imagining it in your mind, picturing it, or deciding what you want to do with your future. I feel like you are, your future, it may have looked clear to you in the past. You may have been very goal-oriented and you knew where you wanted to go, you knew the direction you wanted to go in. But now it feels to me like, for some of you, that you feel like your future looks uncertain, or what you want to do or where you want to be is very cloudy to you right now. And I feel that you're trying to make heads or tails of it because in some regards, some Geminis don't know where this is coming from. And it's like your mind and your emotions feel like they're kind of having a, I don't want to say a war with each other, but kind of like your mind and your emotions are having a struggle with each other. And you may be asking yourself, is this coming to me that I'm in this quandary because my emotions are messing up my thinking? I feel like that's what's happening here. That's what you're thinking. So the next card you have here with your Eight of Swords card is the Emperor, and this is a paternal figure that's crossed over to the other side, watching you, guiding you, protecting you, giving you ideas and inspirations that could feel like they're yours, but they could actually be coming from the Emperor. This could also be a strong male figure in the living, a father, grandfather, great-grandfather, someone like a father figure to you. It could also be a boss, an ex-boss, a spouse, an ex-spouse. It's usually male to me, but, you know, maybe you're even the Emperor here. It's got strong Aries energy, is often connected to the Emperor. Some of you are dealing with finalizing some kind of details that have to do with your father. If your father is in any kind of assisted living, or finalizing details if he's passed away recently, finalizing details for his funeral, finalizing details if he has to move, finalizing details on like if he's going to have home health care, or like I said, go into assisted living, or go into a nursing home, or go to hospice, or finalize something else to do with your father, like getting him in Medicare, Medicaid, some kind of financial assistance, or debt relief program, or something like that. You may be finalizing some kind of details in association with your father, especially if you are the power of attorney for your father or an executor of your father's will. Some of you may have a strong male figure that is around you that wants to take charge and be in control over you. This could be a boss, a manager, a supervisor, could be a coworker, could be a neighbor that wants to like throw their weight around, throw their authority around. It could even be your father. If your father's still living and your father is controlling, maybe your father or husband or boss or ex is trying to throw their weight around with you and like control you, or get you to conform, or get you to do what they want you to do. So for many of you, I feel like in some ways your Eight of Swords card and your Emperor card could be connected, because that may be why you're having trouble seeing your future clearly, or if you want to move, or if you want to stay, or if you know, it could have to do, in your case, sometimes these messages stand alone and they're separate. Yours, I feel there's a really good chance that yours are connected with each other. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the sign of Cancer. Hi, Cancer. First card you have is Three of Pentacles. This is expanding your craft, expanding your skills, expanding your work. This can also be like craftsmanship and attention to detail. Now, the other sign that got this is Sagittarius. So you and Sagittarius both got Three of Pentacles. If you have any reports that you're doing at work or any like business proposals or trying to start your own business or expanding your own business if you already have one and expanding it, you're putting like the finishing touches on it. So remember, if you have to put in a report, you're expanding your business or starting a business, it's like you're putting your finishing touches on it. And this could also be if you're building something, like if you're building a home, building a business, building a garage, building a shed, building an addition on your home. And because I get like, this is where you really fix things up and make things look like pretty. You know, you pretty things up. You're making things look good. You're putting the polish on it. You're putting the finishing touches on it. If you're doing this to a resume or a video resume, I don't know if they do such things. I think there is something like that. It will be well received. Or like an application for a school. I get you getting accepted. Let me get to the point. I get you getting accepted. So if you like try to get into a country club, you'll get accepted. If you're trying to get into a school, you're going to get accepted. If you try to get into a special club, group, or organization, you're going to get accepted. If you try to apply to a certain job and you're giving a video resume or a written resume, it's going to be received well. It will be accepted. Any proposal that you're doing, if you're proposing an offer on buying a home, and you're putting the finishing touches on it, like, okay, I'm going to increase it to this amount, and this is my offer. I'll pay half of the closing. I'm going to do that. It will be accepted. So this is what's happening for you with the Three of Pentacles. Now, the card you have that is with it is the Eight of Rods, which is news coming to you swiftly, swift or sudden change. It could be the arrows of love. It could also indicate long distance travel. And this could be communications coming to you, text messages, emails, phone calls, snail mail, however. I feel that when you get, it's like a letter of approval, a letter of acceptance, and also what else comes with this is instructions on what it is you need to do. So if there's anything you need to do, like, okay, we're accepting you, like, let's say you applied for the military, right? You want to get in the military. Well, they may give you a letter of acceptance, but then there's going to be a whole list of instructions of things you need to do. Or same thing if you're putting an offer on a house and they agree to it, but you may get some kind of letter with all the instructions of what steps you need to do at this point. Some of you are moving on with something and moving from one location to another. So it could be connected to Three of Pentacles. You may be expanding your job or they may say, okay, Cancer, we're going to transfer you over to this town or state or city or province and to this location. We're going to transfer you, or to this department over here. We're going to move you from this department to that department. That comes up here for some of you Cancers. I feel like you're going to feel good about it. I feel that this is also going to shed some kind of light on some areas for you that had been kind of mysterious or dark or unclear. Like it's like you're coming out of the dark into the light. Like now light is shed on it, on some situation in your life. And time is of the essence here. Whatever you got to do in anything I just mentioned, you have to act quickly. Procrastination isn't going to work here. Now, I know there's going to be people that are going to write, nobody should do anything because Mercury's in retrograde, which I'm not sure the time frame it started and when it ends. I don't really know. I think it ends on June 3rd. And it started May, I don't know the date, 10th? It doesn't matter. If it already was something in the works, if it was something you had applied to already, a house you'd been looking at before the retrograde, a job you'd been scouting out before the retrograde, you can't stop life because of Mercury in retrograde. But I'm getting, you need to act now, especially if you're making any offers on houses or making any kind of big offer. Like, move on it. Don't putz around, because there's other people that are after the same things you are. So keep that in mind. And I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hey Leo, first card you have is 8 of Pentacles, and this is learning a new craft, learning a new skill, starting a new job, starting a new business. This can also mean you're like an apprentice and you're paying attention to sharpening your skills, improving your skills, or improving your business. I feel that you need to have some kind of courage and bravery to take some kind of big leap or jump. And this would be, for many of you, either with your financial investments or like anything that would be connected to money. Like, take a big leap with your business. Take a big leap with your finances. Take a big leap with your investments. And I get that Leo is going to get very entrenched in your thinking. And you may get stuck in your own thinking. And you may find it difficult to like get out of your own way mentally. Some of you Leos may feel like you need to start rubbing elbows with the right people. Like if you need to do some kind of networking, or there's some kind of financial opportunity or business opportunity. Could even be to buy a home, like a real estate opportunity. You may feel like I got to get connected with the right people. Or if you already know people that are connected, it's time to call in on those networking connections that you have. This would be wise for you to do now. You may also feel like you're trying to make something work in your favor, and that you're tired of feeling like you're being held down or pushed to the side or in the background. You may be like, I'm done with that. I don't want to be in the background, pushed to the side. You may feel like you want to get either yourself, your work, your business, something about you out in front to get acknowledged, recognized, especially in anything that is connected to finances, or where you would be earning money or gaining money through investments, but wanting to get out there. You've got the 8 of Swords with it. Now, the other sign that got that was Gemini. So you and Gemini both got 8 of Swords. And this is being trapped in an emotional prison or trapped in a situation you can't see how to get out of. You may be able to get out of it quite easily, but you could be too tied up or worried about what's going on to see that you could get out of it easily. I feel like there's some people that are disturbing you or disrupting you. And I feel that you don't want to associate with them, or you don't want these people around you. They could even be family members. It could be social groups. It could be, if you own your own business, this could be clients and customers. If you own your own business, this could be employees. If you're a manager or a supervisor, these could be people that you manage or supervise. I don't know who, because it's a general reading, Leo, but I do get there's some people that you want to protect yourself from, don't want to deal with. Like, it's almost like you want to build this, well, like the swords in the card. You want to build this, like, you want this protection around you. You may feel a little unsure, a little unstable, and a little concerned about your financial future. It could also be, you could be concerned about the financial future of the stock market, of the crypto market, of the housing market, of the world economy, the world, world financial world picture. You could be concerned about these things. But I feel that, Leos, you're kind of trying to stick true to your own belief system and to your own, like, sticking to what you know and sticking to what you believe. I feel that you don't want to get too mired up with negative people, naysayers, people that are predicting doom and gloom. I feel that you're like, okay, I hear what you're saying. I hear all of this, but I'm sticking to what I believe, what I know, what's tried and true for me. It's like it's like you want to stick with what's, like, respectable in your mind and not listen to hearsay or chatter. That's what I get here for you. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Hi, Virgo. First card you have is 10 of Rods. And this is moving on to new and better horizons with 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. These rods of burden may, however, be knowledge and experience you've gained that are going to help you as you move on to new and better horizons. You could also feel overburdened in the middle of May 2022. I feel like you're keeping your head above water, you're keeping yourself afloat, you're trying new projects, you're going after new things. This could be new business endeavors, new creations, and working, like my guides are saying, working strongly towards goals. You're going to be very goal-oriented. Some of you are putting some things together, and then you're moving on. I do feel that some of you really have your eye on some kind of prize or some kind of end game result that you're shooting for. Some of you Virgos are going to take a lot of skills, knowledge and skills that you've already gained, and you're going to put them towards some kind of good use, which could be, I don't know, I want to say it could be building a business, but I don't really feel like it's that, although it could be for some of you, but it's more like building some aspect of your life. I feel like you're also getting a lot of, gathering a lot of information right now in mid-May, and instructions. I get information and instructions. I feel like you're gathering it. You may be getting it. You could be just getting it, like somehow somebody's giving you information and instructions. But many of you Virgos are amassing it, like researching it and gathering the information and instructions. You may be starting to tell people, this is how I roll. Watch me. Watch me now, what I'm going to do. Because there may be some people that maybe they think you're always predictable, or like, oh yeah, Virgo, we know what they're going to do. We get their normal pattern of behavior and things that they like to do. But I feel like you're going to be like, oh yeah, well, watch what I'm going to do now, because I've gathered this knowledge and I've gathered this information and I got this goal in my mind and I've taken this stuff and now I'm doing something with it. And I do get like keeping your head above water or keeping yourself afloat. So if you're worried about any kind of financial things going south for you, I don't feel it will. I don't feel you are in any kind of, for most of you, in any kind of financial concern. Not right now. I don't feel that way in this reading. So you've got the sun with it. That's joy, happiness, exuberance of childhood joy. It could be the birth of a child. The spotlight could be on you. You could have success in the material world. Sometimes the sun can even bring in love also. I get this like ta-da moment. Like, see, I did what I said I was going to do. You could be graduating from school, graduating from a training program, starting some big aspect of your life that you started. You could be like, I did it. I got to that goal. I really feel like Virgos are starting to craft and sculpt their life as to how they want it to go. And you're doing it by your own rules and doing it by your own ingenuity and your own stick-to-itiveness and your own inspiration, and doing things your way. You know, that old song, I did it my way. That's Virgo here to me. That's what I'm getting. You could even have something that you start or begin in some way that you tell people to come join you. You could start a club, a group, a foundation, an organization. You could open a business of some sort, or like a hotel, a restaurant, some other kind of business, something that, I don't know, because I'm hearing like, come join me. Like you could invite people to something here that you're doing. I feel like Virgos are going to be very lucky. I feel like this sun shining on you is luck. So I feel like it's luck and lucky starts. I don't know how else to explain that. I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Libra. To get more psychic messages and predictions from my spirit guides, please check the description box below this video for the links for my most recent videos for Vimeo. I look into very specific topics using a variety of divination tools to bring you more accurate predictions for your astrological signs. These links and descriptions are also available on the videos page of my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Thank you. Hi Libra. The first card you have is Five of Cups. Now this card represents sadness, loss, and regret, but not all hope is lost because there's still two cups that are upright. This card could also indicate you could have a problem with alcohol, or somebody you're connected to could have that problem. You're going round and round in your mind, I feel. This is coming up because you feel like you've either been unappreciated, looked over, ignored, passed over for a promotion, or cut off, isolated, people not appreciating what you're doing. You maybe even have watched other people in the same position as you get promoted, and you should have been the one promoted. That kind of energy is coming up here. Some of you Libras have some kind of regret over something you said. This could be due to the fact that you feel like somebody has put you on a shelf, ignored you, bypassed you for something, not appreciated your gifts, talents, and skills, treated you harshly. You may have said something that now you wish you could take back. So this could be some of your regrets as well. You could have a regret feeling like you lost some kind of opportunity, maybe due to something that you said. You may also feel like you've had some kind of loss that you may feel would take a lot of work or effort to regain. Now, this could be a financial loss. It could be a loss of a relationship. It could be a loss of a job. I don't know. It'll be different for all of you Libras what this loss is, but some of you may feel like if you try to go for it again, it's like you've already done all that work. You've already put in all that effort, and you may not feel like you have the time, the energy, the effort, the mental and emotional feelings or capacity or strength to go for it again, or to try to reignite it, or try to pursue whatever this is. You could also be feeling, my guides are talking about, you may have said something that people aren't believing you about also. And this could be about another person or some situation or something you experienced or saw. You could have some regrets like, they're not believing me. So the card you have with it is the Queen of Swords, and this very likely could be you, because the Queen of Swords is an air sign person. This would be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So it could be you, but it could be another air sign. It's like you're getting you have to triumph. You have to prevail. So even though what I said in the Five of Cups, it's like you want to show people what you're made of. You want to show people what they're missing, what they lost, what they, it's like, I don't know how else to say it. I feel like you want to prove yourself. And you're kind of getting I'm not saying you're not like this always, but you're really getting this inspiration or feeling in you. I pick up that you don't want to take any crap from anybody anymore. Because I feel like in the Five of Cups, you feel like that has been happening. And, you know, for some of you, this could be stuff rooted in the past, you know, long ago past. We're having the eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 15th and 16th, depending on where you live in the world. We're in Mercury in retrograde, I believe, until June 3rd. So you are dealing with things connected and that have roots in the past could be fueling you and adding to this fire. You may be very declarative and kind of, I don't want to say aggressive, but boisterously wanting to say, pay attention to me, or listen to my opinion, or listen to what I have to say, or recognize what I'm doing, or the work I'm doing, or what I have to offer. And you may take certain actions to make that more evident. Maybe not just, you may not just do it through verbally saying that to people. You could be taking a big stance by actions that you're going to take this second half of May, or perhaps even going further into June and beyond. It's like you want to make a statement. And, you know, you can make a statement without verbal. You can make a statement with your appearance. You can make a statement in other ways. I do feel some of you may feel like you're not happy with, like maybe feel like you've gained weight, or you've fallen off some kind of exercise routine, or you're having some kind of physical problems or medical conditions, and you may want to be very driven to eat different foods, do a new exercise regime, start taking vitamins and minerals, or changing what you're doing. And this is all like to make a statement, to prove a point. And it's also to make yourself feel better internally and externally. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. The first card you have is the Moon. And this is secrecy and deception in romance. It can be secrecy by itself, romance by itself. It could also be something is an illusion. So you have to beware, are things clear to you? There could be an illusion right now. This could be your own psychic ability and intuition could be heightened and increased. This could also indicate, like I said, romance by itself or secrecy by itself. You're going to feel, I feel that Scorpios are going to feel very emotional now. And or if you don't feel emotional, well, it is feeling emotional because I do feel that you are going to be feeling things very deeply now. You may feel like some of your words or actions have been twisted where people are saying you did this or you said that, and you feel like you may feel like you're misunderstood, like you've been misunderstood or misrepresented. It's like you're walking through like some kind of, I see you walking through a forest down this path, and there's big trees on either side of you. And this, you're walking through like this tunnel of trees down a path. And I feel this is a path of transformation. I feel like you're transforming. The other sign that got this card is Aquarius. And that's interesting to me because this full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio that's happening on the 15th and 16th, depending on where you live, of May 2022, is going to affect the fixed signs the strongest, which would be Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. So interesting that the moon card, you got it, and also Aquarius got this as well. Two of the fixed signs. There's a lot of light and shadow here. You're going to see and recognize a lot of darkness and shadow in people, as well as the light in people are going to be very magnified and obvious to you, and maybe even in yourself over the next few weeks and going maybe even into June. The veil is going to be very thin for Scorpios, where I feel like not only is your psychic ability going to be very heightened, but you are going to have some spiritual encounters. You could have deceased loved ones show up when you least expect it. They could come to you in dreams. They could give you symbols and signs. You may see them with your eye. They may show up as even a bird or some other kind of symbol. Now, right as I'm saying this, a red cardinal flew onto a telephone wire right outside my sliding glass door, and cardinals can often symbolize deceased loved ones. So see, that's a sign for you that you're going to be dealing with and hearing from the spiritual realms strongly now. And I would recommend you look up Animal Totem Cardinal, because you're getting a message from that. Now, the card you have with it is the Knight of Pentacles. This is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a rising sign or a moon sign that is an earth sign. This is somebody that I feel that cares about you. I feel like they're kind of watching you, not to make you paranoid, but I feel like they may be like following you on social media, or it could even be somebody that you work with or you're friends with, but they may be interested in you beyond that. This could be somebody that wants to be your friend. Maybe you're not friends with them yet. Maybe it's a coworker or somebody you know at a club, group, or organization, and they've had their eye on you and they like you and they'd like to be friends with you. But it could be more. They maybe want a romance with you. they may have been doing things to try to get your attention or to get you to notice them, or they may have been trying to feel you out, like if you have any kind of interest in them. This could be somebody you're already intertwined with. Some of you may already be in a relationship of some sort with this Knight of Pentacles person, but I'm picking up that they care about you. This could also be the spirit that's on the other side. If you have an earth sign person that's passed away, that could be them that wants to communicate with you, or they're watching over you because they care about you. So that could be what's going on here also with the Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, this is somebody that I feel, if you're single, this is, or married even already, this could just still be somebody that is interested in you, romantically speaking. And if this is somebody that you were linked with in the past, like a past love, when Mercury is retrograde, and even with eclipses as well, the past can return. So this could be a love from the past that's been keeping their eye on you and still cares about you and wants to reconnect with you. So keep that in mind as well, Scorpio. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. So the first card you got is the Three of Pentacles. And this is expanding your skills, expanding your craft, expanding your work, expanding your business. It's craftsmanship and attention to detail. It's focusing on your work or something that you're creating. The other sign that got this card is Cancer. You're going to be paying a lot of attention and focusing on your money and what value you can get for your money. So if you want to invest in any stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, land, a home, a house to flip, a property you want to purchase and then rent. These are things you're going to be focusing on. You're going to want to make sure you're getting the value for your dollar, no matter what it is. And doing research on it. So if you're investing any stocks or any bonds or doing any kind of, buying property or whatever, I feel like you're going to spend a lot of time researching and looking for any, and if you're signing any contracts, you will be going over it with a fine-tooth comb to look for loopholes. Because I feel like you're like, I want to see any potential pitfalls, loopholes, all of that is going to be highly on your focus. You may also be focusing on wanting to create something of beauty and value that you want to sell and make some kind of income from it. Some of you could be even thinking about fixing some things up that you want to sell. You could be refurbishing furniture, like I said earlier, flipping a house, because I get, if there's anything that you have, or a home that you're living in, or a condo, townhome, whatever, and you want to sell it, you may be doing a lot of those kinds of repairs, painting walls, fixing squeaky doors, tile that's cracked in your kitchen, or windows that need replacing, or fixing the roof, whatever it is. Anything that you can then turn around and resell, fixing things up to sell is coming up here. If you're in a working situation or environment, you may start to take your products or services or your talents and skills to other businesses or companies to see if they would be interested in selling your products and services, promoting you, or hiring you, even in some cases. So the card you have with it is the Temperance card, which is patience. It can be that you need to have patience, or that something will take patience. It can also mean that the card of the Alchemist, where God is working through you in what you're doing, thinking, creating, or saying. You are going to feel like a lot of divine inspiration is coming through for you now. And I feel that the eclipses, the one we had on May 30th in Taurus, the solar eclipse in Taurus on May 30th, and this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse on May 15th or 16th, depending on where you live, is affecting you to feel inspired to do these things. You're being very careful, very practical. It's like your practicality is at an all-time high. So you're going to want to make practical decisions and choices, and careful in your decisions and choices. And the flow of energy is also causing you to rethink some decisions or positions you've chosen already in the past that you're already involved in dealing with now. This could cause you to rethink some of those positions. I see you doing a lot of research, analyzing, researching, getting more in detail and information. If you are going to refurbish anything, to flip any houses, refurbish anything old and make it new to sell, or you just have something you want to sell, or it's some kind of business or products or services, I feel that you are going to be doing like demographics of the location, like looking at what market is that you want to appeal to. This could be in any kind of business venture or anything you're working on, or like I said, if you're buying any kind of property, or even, other type of investing. You're going to be doing a lot of analysis, researching, digging. I feel like Sagittarians are on the verge of generating more money. And if you don't see it in May or June, I feel like you will see it at some point between now and the end of December of 2022, that you're going to start to see your money flow increasing and you generating more money. And for many of you Sagittarians, it's from all of what I discussed here in these two cards. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. So the first card you have is the Strength card. This is having inner courage and inner strength. It's also having courage and strength over adversity, spiritual power over the material world, taming the savage beast in someone or a situation or circumstance, or in yourself. It can also be having to deal with a Leo in some way. You are doing a lot of internal going inward, and I feel like you're analyzing or rethinking some things that you have gotten involved in or invested in. This could be a job, it could be a living situation, it could be a relationship, and it could be a love relationship or some other type of relationship, a friendship relationship, or a business relationship. I feel like you've been dealing with a lot of things and you may feel like a little overwhelmed. That's why you need strength, because you need to now sort things out. You could feel like you wonder why something has taken a weird or dark turn, or taken a turn that you don't like, and it may make you feel like now it's something you want to get out of. So if you've been in a job or in a career that you really liked at one point, something may have changed or altered either in you or in the situation, and now you may feel like this job or career or place that I'm working doesn't fit for me anymore. It's not feeling good to me anymore. I need to leave it. I need to get out of it. That could also apply to a love relationship, a friendship, but something that once held the promise of abundance and happiness and joy for you that you enjoyed for a period of time, the luster may now be off of this situation. And now you may feel like, I either got to fix this situation or get out of it. And this is going to take a lot of strength and courage. You may feel obligated in some way. You may have signed a contract, or you may have made some kind of promise that you feel like now you need to remain true to that. But with what I've already said here, you may feel like you don't know if you can stick to that contract or promise. The card that you have with it is Five of Pentacles. And this is feeling emotionally bankrupt or financial bankruptcy. It could be feeling depressed. It could be two people feeling depressed, you and your partner, or you could feel that way yourself. You could be having some financial difficulties, but actually you may be able to solve them. A solution may be right there and you're not seeing it or recognizing it yet. I feel that some things have, you're kind of surprised that you've gotten so down or disappointed about something that's kind of lost its pep for you. Again, it sounds similar to what was coming up in the Strength card. You may also find yourself in a situation where too many people are complaining or unhappy about things that are going on. And all this, this discord is affecting you. It could be dragging you down. You may feel like the place where you work is in a state of upheaval, and there's too much complaining going on, too much unrest. People don't like what's going on. So it's creating a negative energy. This could all even be going on in your family or some other like friendship group. It could be going on there. It could be going on in your family, or it could be going on at work where people are complaining. There's negativity, there's discord, disruption. It's creating unpleasant vibes, negative vibes, things that you don't like that are going on. Some of you are going to receive some kind of income boost or income stream from some kind of outside source. This could be a gift of cash, or it could be from some investments you've made, or a sideline business, or if you get a part-time job or some side work that you do, because I get like an income stream that kind of helps you out, that comes in on the side for you. I feel like you're doing a lot of reevaluating. This Mercury in retrograde that we're in right now, plus the eclipses, the one we had on April 30th, the partial solar eclipse in Taurus on May 30th, 2022, and this full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 15th or 16th, 2022, which depending on where you live, it's the 15th or the 16th. I feel like this is stirring all this stuff up for you. It's making you reassess, reevaluate your situation, what you want to do about it, looking for solutions. All this is going to take strength. Anything that you decide between now and, say, June 20th, you could change your mind after that period of time passes. So be very careful about making any rock hard decisions. This is the time to research and analyze and go within and, and pick things apart, dissect the situation, analyze, research. But to make a big decision, if you can hold off on waiting until the last 2 weeks of June, I would wait until then. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. So the first card you have is the Moon. And the Moon is secrecy and deception in romance. It can be secrecy by itself, romance by itself. It could also be that your psychic ability and intuition is increasing. There could also be something that is an illusion happening right now. The other sign that got this card is Scorpio. You may feel a little jumbled up and confused a little bit, Aquarius, about where your place is in the world. You may feel like wondering if you're satisfied with your life. If things you've let go, like missed opportunities that you should have gone for, or decisions you've made, you wonder if you are too boxed in or too limited. You may feel very isolated and lonely, some of you. You may be feeling some kind of sadness or depression at this time. You may feel like you want to be more on the move, more on the go, more action happening in your life. Where is that? It could be your mobility. You may be facing health challenges. This could be because of other constraints. You feel like your life is too boxed in, too constricted, too limited. For a variety of reasons, it could be family, health, work, that you may feel like you can't get the action that you want, the activity that you want. You may feel like you've been too cut off and isolated. You may feel like things have changed, maybe even out in the world, that have made you feel like things are out of your control, like you don't have the control that you used to have to make things happen. You may feel like things that are going on in a much larger sense over the past 2 years have greatly impeded your goals and what you wanted to do. So this is like a card of digging deep in your emotions. And like I told the Scorpios, you're being really affected by this full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, May 15th, 16th, 2022, because it is affecting the fixed signs the strongest, and the fixed signs are Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. So interesting, Scorpio and Aquarius both got the moon card. So you're being very strongly affected by this eclipse. The card you have with it is the Four of Cups, and this is ruminating, going within, overanalyzing, pulling at straws, worriment, worrying about the past. There could be some kind of blessing or opportunity that comes to you, but if you're too internalizing everything and too much overanalyzing, you could miss the opportunity. So you have to be careful you don't miss an opportunity or blessing that could come to you. I feel that Aquarians are going to feel like they want to rejuvenate themselves or rejuvenate their life, rejuvenate their physical body, or rejuvenate their life in some way, or maybe multiple ways. You may be kind of hard on yourself. You may feel like you took too much time, you procrastinated too much, or too much time has slipped away. You may feel like you could feel like you wasted time, or like I said, or like you procrastinated, or you wasted time, or things that went on out in the world that were out of your control wasted your time and took too much time. You may have these feelings now. I feel like this eclipse is stirring up a lot of feelings in a lot of the signs, not just Aquarius, but I feel that Aquarians have been feeling, my guides are telling me Aquarians have been feeling these effects already about a month before this eclipse even has happened. I feel like you're trying to sort out, what do you really want in life? What do you really need? I feel like you're asking yourself some difficult questions, and that based on your answers, then that could drive up the need to make some moves, shifts, and changes. But you may feel a little hesitant to do that. Because again, like I said in the moon card, I pick up that you feel a little out of control, lack of control, boxed in, restricted in some way, isolated, cut off, lonely. These are the things that you could be feeling. So you may not really feel, even though you may feel dissatisfaction and feel like you want things to change and improve, you may feel like you may question, when is the time that I can actually implement any of these changes or do any of these things. Time could be strongly on your mind. Time that's already passed and time in your future, like of what you want to get done and when are you going to be able to do the things you want to do, and are you going to motivate yourself to do them. You may have even put other people's needs or work or other situations before yourself, in front of your own needs. And this wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but it could be catching up with you now. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Hey Pisces. So the first card you have is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is grieving the loss of a love relationship that ended, or grieving some other kind of loss. It could also be sleepless nights, migraine headaches, bad dreams. It could also, like I said, you could be grieving some kind of loss of something else. You could be not feeling well and you could be worried about your own health. It could also be you're worried about someone else's health as well. It's like a very emotional time for Pisces, where I feel that you may feel like, why haven't things gone the way I wanted them to go? Because I've put out so much effort. You may have been putting out a lot of effort in a love relationship, or to meet new people, to make new friends, to search for a job, to improve your health or your lifestyle. And you may feel like all these efforts, and you may feel like, was it worth it? Like you may not have seen, or not have seen yet, the results of all that effort that you put in. And this could be disturbing to you. You may feel like you're tired of being judged. You may also feel like you're tired of being hung out to dry. You may feel that other people don't see you clearly or don't understand you. And you could really feel like you've been blocked, and maybe you may feel like the planets have done this. You may feel like planetary movements have done this, or maybe the planets in your birth chart. You may feel that way about the planets you were born with in your natal chart, have caused you to not have the breakthroughs you want, not to get the recognition you want, not to get held you back from getting the friends that you want, or the job that you want, or the love relationship that you want. I feel that sometimes Pisces need to feel better about themselves. In some ways, my guides are saying that Pisces have trouble adjusting. It could be adjusting to new circumstances, like if your parents got divorced, or if you got divorced, or if you had to change your living situation, or anything, change colleges, or change schooling, or change training programs, or you may have had some difficulties with adjusting to different changes. So the card you have with it is the Ace of Cups. So this could be a new love relationship could be coming in. This could also be a rebirth of an existing love relationship. Sometimes this could be love of something, like a job you love, a career you love. It could be universal love. Some of you Pisces feel like you need to get connected to somebody special, or perhaps you already did get connected to somebody special. I feel that in many ways, Pisces are searching for love. If you're not in a love relationship yet, this could be why this is coming up. You may have been searching for love and not and had bad luck in love relationships, or not been able to find the person that really blends and meshes well with you. I feel that many of you Pisces will have good luck in the area of attaining something that you want, which is ultimately love in some form, whether it's love of your work, love of a business, like being in love with the work you're doing in a business. It could be love of a love partner. It could be love in other forms. I feel that many of you will get this love in September of 2022, September or October of 2022, circles around this card. So don't be disheartened, because I feel like it's coming. But, we're not there yet. There could be somebody that you're interested in that you are hoping to capture their attention or capture their interest. Some of you may want to reconnect with somebody that you were in a love relationship in the past and reignite that. We're in Mercury in retrograde, and these eclipses are affecting us all. That could be driving that up in you. So, and you could be feeling sadness and regret over a loss of a love relationship that you broke up with, or they broke up with you. That could be happening here with the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Cups. I really feel strongly that you're going to feel in September or October, you get some kind of blessing of some new beginnings connected to love. It could be a new love relationship or a rebirth of an existing love relationship. It could be an old love coming back, but it could also be something you love to do that comes to fruition for you around that time frame. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand pages, where I use a variety of divination tools looking into very specific topics for each sign of the zodiac, I always post my most recently recorded video links down below in the description box below each video. And you can also find these links on my website, theluckymermaid.com. Go to the videos page. There you will see all the video series I've recorded, what divination tools I've used, what topics I'm focusing on, and how long the predictions go out for. Now, some of the most recent video series I've recorded are my full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, May 15th, 16th, 2022, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings. These are really in-depth readings. I'm using all these different tools, and at the end of the reading, I even pull a gemstone crystal for each sign from my velvet bag of gems as to what is the best gemstone crystal for you to work with, use, and wear as you're dealing with these energies of these eclipses, which usually last 6 months, but can even last longer. Also, my solar eclipse in Taurus, April 30th, 2022, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card reading. Same exact format as the full moon lunar eclipse video. The first card is going to be what is beginning for you. The first card's what's ending for you from the eclipse. Second card's what's beginning. Third card is what's the blessing. Fourth card is the karmic lesson. Then I look into the crystal, an oracle card, and then pull a gemstone. I highly recommend you watching your rising sign in that video series as well, because it will apply to you equally, if not more, than your sun sign. Also, my career and finance, psychic tarot and crystal readings that I recorded in April of 2022. These predictions go out all the way until the end of October of 2023. So that's 12 to 18 months worth of predictions about your career and finances. Also, my What's Lucky and New for You in 2022 psychic tarot and oracle card readings are also available. And my psychic tarot readings for the new year of 2022 using the year ahead tarot layout. Those readings are about 40 minutes long. We're not even halfway through this year yet. So if you haven't checked out your yearly reading, you might want to see what came up there for you in those readings. And again, I would recommend watching, if you can afford to do both, I would watch your rising sign and your sun sign. My big love readings for 2022 for couples and singles are also available. The first half of the reading will look at the single people of your zodiac sign. The second half of the reading will look at the coupled people of your zodiac sign. I highly recommend you watch the whole video because there's going to be messages that will apply to you whether you're single or couple. And the reason I do it this way, because I did have some people question why I do it, yet I've been doing it that way for like 5 years, is because sometimes at the beginning of the year, you start out as a couple and you end up single, or the reverse, you start single and end up as a couple. So that's one of the reasons why they're done that way. Also, my Saturn in Aquarius psychic tarot and crystal readings, those readings are for 3 years. They started in December of 2020 and go until March of 2023. So if you haven't checked out Saturn in Aquarius psychic tarot and crystal readings, they are also available down below in the link down below and also on my website. Also, don't forget my May psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac, where I continue on in the beginning of the month. I do a psychic tarot reading for each sign on the beginning of the month, and then I stop the reading, and then I go and look into the crystal and give you additional psychic predictions and messages for your sign. So if you want to see what my spirit guides had to say for me about your sign through the crystal, that link is down below and also on my website. Also, if you would like to get more psychic predictions and messages that you're not going to see here on a video on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook and The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. I use the crystal, tarot cards, oracle cards. You never know what I'm going to use. And I write out 5 paragraphs of predictions and messages. Many people find these messages and predictions resonate with them. You may also find they resonate with you. Maybe not all 5 paragraphs, but guarantee you there's going to be 1 or 2 messages that will be speaking to you if you feel drawn to go look at it. And I just want to say here, if somebody contacts you on social media, Facebook or Instagram, just know I am not contacting anybody soliciting them for readings. All my private readings are booked from my long wait list and cancellations list, totaling 1,400 people, and I have very limited time for private readings. I barely can get any in a month. A few a month is all I can do anymore because of other work and other things I'm doing. So just know I'm not contacting you. If you get somebody that does that, please report them and block them. Also, I'd like to add here, if you would like to donate to my channel and help support the readings I do here on YouTube, I have a donation link down below, which is connected to PayPal. Thank you so much to those of you who have been very kind and generous and donated to my channel. It does mean a lot and it does help a lot, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Believe me, I do truly appreciate it. So thank you so much for that. So I hope all of the signs of the zodiac out there have a great rest of May, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.